put yourself in the room, put yourself out there, make it happen, because the friendships that you're dreaming of and wishing for are not going to fall into your lap. You need to get out of your world and make the room happen. Get in the room. Welcome back to the Champagne Social. I'm so excited for this episode because it's a personal one, because I have a lot to share with you guys and some really exciting updates, lessons I'm learning, all the things. So we're going to get right into it. We're starting hot with our upgrade list, which if you're new here, I share something I'm grateful for and something I'm working on. And the idea is that it prompts you to do the same, just to kind of pause, take inventory. And then also I can share with you what I'm learning, updates, all of that good stuff. So the most obvious, I should say, thing that I am grateful for today is all of my flower stuff is out of the studio. So if you are new here, I was a wedding florist for 8 years. It was my first business. It was my baby, and flowers were making me really sick. It was a really long journey to figure out what was going on. And then once I figured out it was the pesticides on flowers, it was a long journey to figure out how to exit floral. And of course, a really emotional journey. I go into that a lot in the very first episode of this podcast called Line in the Sand. I walk you guys through that entire journey and how we got here. But it was such a huge part of my life, obviously, to be a florist. And what people don't realize is just how much you accumulate as a florist. You have like hundreds of vases, hundreds of candles, stands. I have the most random tools and like all the things. And I have just had all this stuff accumulated. I had my last wedding end of July. It's now middle of October. And all of my stuff has been, half of it's in a storage unit. Half of it was here in the studio. And I just got so busy with my social media business that it was like, I don't have time to sort through all my flower stuff. So it just was in a corner, actually, where I'm sitting right now. It was in a corner in my studio, and it just was like this eyesore, but also I had no time or energy to put into getting rid of it. So my amazing in-laws, my amazing husband helped me on Saturday. They actually did most of it, honestly. I was more of the HBIC, if you will, like trying to figure out where I want things, how I want things to go. And it ended up just getting all put in the storage unit. So I currently have a full storage unit of flower stuff, but it's out of my studio. And I cannot even tell you like the fresh energy that I feel coming in here. And you guys probably can't tell, but we moved the podcast setup to the location where all the flower stuff was, which just feels so good. It feels like truly turning a page to the new chapter officially, even though we've been here for months. All that stuff in here just reminded me every single time I came to work of the flower world and all of the baggage that came with it. And it's really funny. I've been really processing kind of an emotional trauma is way too intense of a word. I don't know what else to call it. Maybe it's baggage, but I have a lot of like emotions wrapped up in floral and my life as a florist. And I'm really looking forward to working through that because I have so many like negative memories. And I hate to say that if there's any bride listening, like it has absolutely nothing to do with you, but flowers brought so much like negativity and pain and stress and struggle into my life. And it just kind of like flowers represent all of that to me right now. And I'm not quite at the point where I'm really grateful for it, if that makes any sense. It's like the stages of grief almost. And I'm really just so grateful that that's not my life anymore. Like I cannot get over the fact that that's not my life anymore. And I am filled with so much just like gratitude. And lately I've been telling my husband, I'm like, I keep kind of crying. Like I keep tearing up, and not about flowers. Like I'm tearing up right now as I'm telling you guys this story, but I keep tearing up at things like TV shows and like random things that just move me. I'm like so much more fragile. And I've always been sensitive. Like I have a very empathetic heart. I am sensitive and like I have softer insides. Ew, I hated that. But you know what I mean? Like I just have been, I'm a softer person, but lately it's like I turned 30. I had this huge career change and I'm just so emotional. Like my emotions are at the surface because I know how badly I needed this change. And I know how much it means to me because I lived in so much just like struggle and turmoil and stress for years and years and years, and like fought with my own body and fought the career that I had chosen and just felt like I need to keep with this struggle for years and years until I get to the other side, and realizing, oh my God, I'm never going to get to the other side. I just have to call it and not do this anymore. I'm just so, I don't know what other word besides grateful that I was able to completely move on from that, and getting that stuff out of the studio has just lightened me up so much. And I guess the lesson, if we can dissect one, is if you feel like there's something that is just heavy in your life or in your environment, get it out. You are in control of your environment and the energy that you have around you, because I really do believe that things hold energy, and it's our job to take control of that and decide either I'm changing how I relate to this thing and it's not going to have that energy over me, or I'm going to remove it from my life. We have to make those decisions, even if it feels scary or hard. It's so worth it to like clear out those things, literally and figuratively, that don't serve you anymore. And I'm going to talk about a really fun women's event that I had last week and how flowers tied into it. And I'm really excited to talk through that because flowers came up again in a negative way. So we'll get into that a little bit later on in the episode, but I'm just so grateful. That's like huge gratitude, and so thankful for my incredible husband. He got the U-Haul. He was working his ass off. Him and his dad, I've just had the best in-laws. So I'm just so grateful for the people around me that have supported me in this journey and made it possible for me to make this transition as smoothly as it has been. And I will just remember this time of my life forever, like turning 30, changing careers, starting this podcast. Like it's just been such a whirlwind, and I'm emotional. Okay. The emotions are at the surface all day, every day. I can't imagine like being pregnant and having kids, because I think I would just cry every day. Like, do you just cry every day about everything? Because I'm like, I feel this way, and I just have dogs. Like I cry looking at them. So is that just like what it is to be a woman? Like you're experiencing life and just feeling it deeply? You guys let me know. Okay, and the thing that I am working on is my own social media. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when I first met with my podcast producer, who I love, and you guys have heard me reference, she said something to me that stuck out to me. And she said, the cobbler's kids. Oh my gosh, what is the phrase? What is the phrase? I need to Google it. Okay, also so funny. I said this to my new team member who's so cute and younger than me, and she had no idea what this phrase was. And I've never felt older in my life because I thought like everyone knew this phrase, but she had never heard of it in her life. So I officially felt very old. Okay, I'm looking it up. The cobbler's children have no shoes. Okay, so Brienne told me that on our first meeting, and she's like, you put all your time and energy into your clients and your team, and, you don't have that much time and energy at the end of the day for your own thing. And that really stuck out to me because I felt that so deeply, right? Like if you are a personal trainer busy with clients all day, every day, you are going to probably struggle to get your own workouts in because you have to go to the gym early, spend more time at the gym. It just starts to feel like a lot. So it's easy to put your workout routine on the back burner. At least that was my experience when I was a trainer. As a social media expert, and that's my whole life now, of course, I'm busy with clients and things need to be put out, things need to be made. I have calls, I have meetings, like all these things. So my social media very easily can fall to the back burner. And my big intention is to not let that happen. And as I bring in a team member, my hope is to have support in our own social media because that's what we do here. And I want to really make sure that I am walking the walk. Again, with the personal trainer reference, I would want to go to a personal trainer that I can tell does this. Like, of course they know it, but they've also felt it in their own body. And there's something about hiring a social media person that does it, that gets it, that you can see how they show up. You can see their vision. You can see how it's working for them. And I want to be that person, that owner, that founder that is literally walking the walk, putting myself out there, testing things, experimenting, being visible, being seen, and growing. And so my huge intention and goal is to focus on my own social media. So of course, follow along. Of course, I'm going to help you guys with what I'm learning, what I'm experimenting with, what numbers I'm seeing. And I have a strategy for my personal Instagram, my personal TikTok, and they're different. So let me know if I should go into how I tackle each strategy, because Instagram and TikTok do not use the same strategy because it is not going to work. You need two separate strategies for that. And then my Renee Social Studio page, I'm really going to be focusing on even more so. And then I have a social TikTok for that. And honestly, that TikTok is the fastest growing page that I have. So I'm really excited to be able to put more time into that. And what I'm working on with that is just making sure that I carve out time. I tell you guys to carve out time for your social. I'm going to walk the walk, and with that, just try to batch content as much as I can so that it feels very doable to get good content and be able to put it out there. So I'm really excited. Just wanted to put that out there, be super vulnerable. I'm working on my own. I'm re-strategizing how I want to do this, how I want to grow my personal page, my Renee Social page. And then also we have a podcast page. I'm really excited to put some more value and connection pieces in there so that we can continue the conversation with each other in between episodes. Okay, I hope that you guys feel a prompt to do this for yourself. And we are going to get into, can't talk. We are going to get into today's episode topic, which was the women's event and dinner that I hosted with my best friend at an amazing venue here in Minneapolis. So I want to rewind to the why. Okay, so I spent, you guys know this, 8 years as a solo business owner, and I was 22 years old when I started that business, and I was kind of, I don't want to say a loner, but like I was. You guys, I don't need to tell you I'm an introvert because I feel like I say this every time, but I feel like it provides context. And I know that it makes a huge difference in how we operate, right? Like introverted versus extroverted. And so I have always had just a very, very small group of close friends. And one of my biggest, not regrets, but things that I like would love to go back and do life differently. I wouldn't change a thing, okay? But I would love to like experience life going to college and like having that experience, because I feel like so many people make lifelong friendships in college. And growing up in school, I had a very small world. I went to a very small private school. The church that I went to was attached to it. So your church friends are your school friends. We played sports through our school. So it was like the smallest world. So my sisters were my best friends. And then I had a couple close friends. Of course, like I have acquaintances and blah, blah, but my world has always been a few close friends. And then I've had boyfriends through the years that of course like become your best friend and the person that you do like spend a lot of time with. And I've really tried to find friendships in my adult life. And it is very difficult, especially when you're not someone that thrives off of like events and always going to things. Like if I could choose between staying home and being cozy on the couch versus like going out to an event that I don't really know many people, I'm going to choose staying home. But when I set my New Year's resolutions for this year and when I set my goals for starting this new business, a huge thing was that I need to put myself out there more and I need to meet more people, because I have this like true craving for more connection and more friendships, because I do not want to be the girl that has just a super small circle forever and ever. And of course, I don't need this huge circle, But I want more connections with people, more like-minded people, because that helps you in life. Like the people around you make such a difference in shaping you and who you are. And I feel like I'm a really good friend. I want to be able to be a good friend to more people. I just have lived in this small bubble and I've worked a lot. Since I graduated high school, have had multiple jobs all the way through, and building the floral business was a grind. And most weekends I worked all the time. I've always taught early morning classes. And so evenings going out, I just have had a lifestyle that doesn't really align with having a lot of plans. And I don't want to make excuses, but it is just the matter of fact that I haven't naturally found myself in these rooms with like-minded people that we can just, so effortlessly be friends. And I'm sure a lot of you relate to this. And as I'm showing up on social media more, I'm feeling like, okay, I'm making some more connections here, but I don't feel like we're taking it out of social media, right? Like you have those people that you comment back to and you engage with, but it's kind of just really that's it. So I started putting myself in 2 different masterminds, which I've talked about, because I realized I have to put myself in the rooms I want to be in, with the people that I know there's people in those rooms that I'm going to feel are like-minded, that I'm going to learn from, that I'm going to feel connections with, that we can grow together. I know there's people in these rooms. So I very strategically put myself in 2 different masterminds because I wanted to quickly meet people that are on similar journeys as me, or they're ahead of me. They're walking with me on the same growth path, all the things. So that has been absolutely huge. I have grown my circle online so much, and we have weekly calls. So I feel like I'm really getting those relationships virtually, which is amazing. And I'm so down for you having friends and connections virtually. Obviously I'm the social media girl. That's great. And it's really been cool because even my podcast team, they came from one of those rooms. And funny enough, the people in the masterminds, the world is so small. So people know other people and other people. It's just really funny once you start to put yourself out there, wait, this person, it just ends up being a small world. But the first step of realization was putting myself in those 2 masterminds, because I had this realization of I'm never going to just have these rooms of people that feel like-minded just fall in my lap. And I think for a lot of years, I was just waiting oh yeah, I'll meet more people at blah, 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 or when this happened. And it just wasn't happening, right? Because when we live in our bubble, we live in our world, it just kind of stays the way it is. And it's our job to push out of our comfort zone, step out of the bubble, and make the rooms happen for us. So I am really glad I did the mastermind. Teaching has been super great too, right? If anyone's feeling like you want to make more friends, go to workout classes and go consistently and spark up a conversation, right? We have to be the people sometimes to say, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. Break the ice, be the one to start it, because so often we're waiting for someone to start it and then it never does. And why do we do that? We have to just say, hi, I'm Madeline. I see you here all the time. And then from there, you're probably off to the races. And if it's not someone that you'd be friends with, you'll probably get the feel for it once you're actually in a conversation. But I've just had this aha moment over and over that I have to be the one to start the rooms, the conversations, to put myself where I know the people are that I want to be friends with, because it's not going to fall in my lap. It just isn't. And of course, I've had some great friendships happen through that. One of my best friend, Molly, who I ended up hosting this event with that I'm getting to, she was my bride for floral. And then she worked with me for floral for a little bit. And then it was just okay, we're here. We're friends. We're here, friends forever. So that felt natural and easy. And that was beautiful, but we can't wait for those connections to happen, because likely they're not going to if we stay in our own bubble. So I started to put myself out there a lot more. I have met so many incredible people this year, and I'm so grateful. But I feel like my Minneapolis community is not what it should be. Like, I want to know so many more ladies. I know there's so many amazing business owners and creators and just people here that I don't know because I haven't really put myself in a lot of these rooms. And so I was chatting with my friend Molly because I had seen Lori Harder host this girlfriend's dinner, and it was an intimate kind of dinner experience that was intentional for women networking and getting to know each other. And so I brought it up to Molly, and she was like, say less, because we at work have been talking about doing something very similar because they are a women-owned business and a full women team and just incredible at the Hutton House in Minneapolis, which is just a small world because I did a lot of weddings there, got to know the team really well. Now I've been doing some social with them. Of course, my best friend Molly works there. So it just was like the synergy was beautiful. So she's like, I would love to do this with you. We'll host it, all the things. And so it just felt so natural to have this first event. And we had just a small list of ladies because we wanted it to feel very intimate where you could actually have a conversation, because the whole goal is to truly meet other people and have conversations, right? Like networking events where you have like awkward small talk and you don't ever you don't feel like you have that real like connection moment is not what we wanted. We wanted to feel like you're actually meeting and connecting with like-minded people. So we each thought of different business owners around the cities that we knew. And then we said, everyone bring a friend if you want that you feel like fits in with this like-minded community of women in business, business owners, and are looking for more connections. So it was really exciting because we were already expanding. Like they invited people I didn't know. I invited people they didn't know. And then the friends, like we didn't know who they would be, because the whole idea is if you keep inviting the people that you know, you're not going to grow your circle. So already we were expanding that event so much more than we could have. And I was a little nervous going into it because I wanted this event to be really natural and flow well and feel like it was what each attendee was envisioning it to be. And Malls and I had a great plan. We had 4 questions that we asked the group. So everyone first got mingled and had food and snacks and whatever. And then we had a little facilitated conversation with 4 questions that I think worked out really well. We had 30 people, so it felt like it flowed and it didn't take up too much time. So the first question was, who are you? Second question, what do you do? Third question, what are you excited about right now? And fourth question, what do you need right now? And those were from Lori Harder. That was her recommendation for things to ask that really have prompted good conversation at her event. And I loved it. It was so great. Everyone did their own version of it. And it really helped us kind of break the wall down a little bit and get to know each person a little bit better right off the bat. And from there, then we were able to mingle, have more conversations. It was such a beautiful event. It was so much fun. And I can't wait to do it again. I'm really trying to think of how to continue to expand the circle and the invite list and continue to bring more people in, while also maintain the intimacy of it and the ability to actually talk to people and learn from people. So I'm really excited. I'll keep you guys posted as we are planning our next one and the tweaks that we make, because I want it to be even more valuable, even more connection. So I'm going to work with Hutton team on that and see what they think. But overall, I just left feeling so grateful because it was out of my comfort zone. I think it was out of Molly's comfort zone. I won't speak for her. I'll have to have her in at some point on the podcast. We can talk through it. But it was something so different for us. And it's so beautiful to see the ladies in the room and to feel the energy. And when everyone was talking, pretty much every single person said, I'm really grateful for a room like this. I need more events like this. I need more things like this where I can get out of my bubble and out of my head and in a room with people that get it. And over and over and over, people were saying that. So it's just this moment of like, I'm not the only one feeling this. I think more often than not, we all feel this way. We all feel like we're in our own world. We're busy with our shit. Like we all have so many things going on. We're adults, we're business owners, we're founders, we're creatives. We have probably kids, job, like all the things. And putting yourself out there and meeting new people is typically not high on the list. So two really important things right here. Make the room. If you feel a call to expand your circle, make the room. Just make it happen, big, small, however you want to do it, make the room. And number two, if you're seeing things that look like the room that would really benefit you or that have like-minded people in there, go. Accept the invite. Decide to go. Bring a friend with you. Like put yourself out there because it feels so good. It's kind of like a workout. It's like, do I want to go? I don't know. Like I could totally skip it. But going, you leave, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did that. I know so many more people than I did before I went there. And it just makes you feel so good. And I just highly recommend. Highly recommend. So the flower portion of this, we were looking for a flower sponsor and it's just a hard year for florists. So of course, your girl said, don't worry, I've got floral. Don't worry about it because it's so easy for me to like slip into, well, duh, I can do flowers. Like I can do it in my sleep. But it was really crazy. Like the energy drain that it had on me. I hate doing flowers, you guys. And I feel really weird saying that out loud. Like I've told my husband that in the last few months, like as I finished out my last few weddings, it was like, my heart is so not in this. I had amazing couples. It has nothing to do with my couples. It just has everything to do with my passion and my desire to be a florist. And it was really crazy. Even doing just a very small event, I was hating it. I was just like, this is not, I'm like so past this life. But it's so weird how easy it was to slip back into the florist role. And I will say this is before we took everything out of the studio. So I think that now everything's out of here. I like created a barrier so I cannot so easily say, oh yeah, I'll do floral because I don't want to do floral. I don't want to be the flower girl. I moved past that life and it's my responsibility to say, oh yeah, well, let's find someone else then, or let's figure out another plan. Because it's so easy for me to just say, oh yeah, I can do it. Oh yeah, I'll take it on. But it's not my life anymore. It's not what I do anymore. And it was just crazy how I hated doing it and how much stress it added to the day, the setup day and all that. And so I'm going to continue to work on like not falling into the, oh yeah, I can do floral. Oh yeah, no worries. Because it's time, it's money, and it's energy costs for me that I am no longer excited or willing to spend. I have so many other things that I'm putting my energy to, and florals, like the book, we closed it. Now, that's not to say if I feel excited to go get flowers and make an arrangement, of course I can do that. But I don't want to sign myself up for anything else floral related that I feel like I just, oh yeah, I could just make that work because it's not my life anymore. So it was a really good teacher of like, stop suggesting that you can do the floral because you don't want to. So it was a beautiful event. I'm so grateful and proud. And I just want to encourage you, if this is speaking to you, put yourself in the room, put yourself out there, make it happen because the friendships that you're dreaming of and wishing for are not going to fall into your lap. You need to get out of your world and make the room happen. Get in the room. Okay, super good, super good, super good. Let's finish with our favorites of the week. I have a couple and they're all very girly. So the first one, I do have a prop with me today. The first one is this Salt and Stone hand cream. Now I'm going to butcher this name. Bergamot. I'm an idiot. I don't know how you say it. And hinoki. Okay. It's green. That's all I can tell you. It smells like heaven and it's dry skin season, people. So this is in my purse with me and I use it multiple times a day and it smells so good. I will say I tried their deodorant, Salt and Stone's deodorant. I don't know if I just have really strong armpits, but it wasn't working for me. I gave it months of time and it just, life's too short to stink. But if it works for you, great. I really liked that smell of it. Yeah, I wish I could just help you guys smell this through the screen, but they haven't given us that technology yet. Okay, 2 more favorites. The first one, I have to look at my list. Short-term memory loss. Oh, my hair dryer. Okay. I have been wearing my hair like this kind of bouncy blowout vibe more recently than I ever have. I have gotten so many compliments on my hair. In the videos that I post, in real life, everyone's like, oh my God, your hair looks so good. You guys, it's the Shark Flex style. It's the little wand attachment. It is so good. It is so good. I hate to say it's a Dyson dupe because number one, I never have had a Dyson. And number two, I'm just having deja vu. Have I already used this as a favorite? I am going to laugh so hard if I've already done this as a favorite because that just goes to show you how much I love it. I'm kind of having deja vu right now. Okay, well, if I already did, then you guys need to realize I'm dead serious about this. If you are ready for an in-home bouncy blowout, this is for you. I was in the middle of a sentence and I got so sidetracked because I think I've already talked about the Shark Flex Style hair dryer. I really think I have. That is so funny. Anyways, it's beautiful. I have talked about this. Oh my gosh. I think we should keep this in because this is just a day in the life in my brain. I have too many things going on at any given moment in the day. Okay. And then the last favorites is a new artist new to me. Amber Marks has the most beautiful voice. I saw her on Spotify the other day, and that's what I love about Spotify. It helps me find my new favorites, and I'm loving her music. She's definitely popular. I'm definitely late to the game, but in case anyone else is and you want a nice drive soundtrack playlist, Amber Marks, Chef's Kiss. That is all that I have for you today. You guys, please, please, please leave a 5-star review on iTunes. We need to drown out the very weird random hate comment that I have on there. It's bumming me out. So if you love this podcast, please leave a review. Give us 5 stars. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys next time. Until then, cheers.